What?
What?
We're not sponsored.
Bye. Yet, Ethan. Yet. Speaking of, welcome back to the Wayward 7. My name is Will. I am the Forever DM as always. Have yet to play a game, but maybe one day we're hoping that one of my players will be brave enough to do so. I'm looking at you, Ben. But anyway, that being said, before we get started tonight, thank you so much. Ben's back. Hey, Ben, welcome back.
Oh, never would have guessed.
So
I haven't talked to him.
Yeah, Ben, welcome back to your first main story campaign game. We're excited to have you. Next at Ben is Adrian. Welcome back. You might recognize Adrian for the Battle Royale, or if you haven't seen that or it hasn't come out yet, well. It's because I had some editing issues, and thank God we have an ISO stream. Anyway, so next to him, though, is Daniel. Welcome back, Daniel. Hello. You know, also is in the Battle Royale. You know, once again, this is Daniel. So before we move on to whatever Ethan's going to say, what were you saying?
No, before that.
I was going to say, why don't you guys tell us your characters tonight, and give us a little kind of like, just tell us who they are, you know, what race they are, and what class they are. So Ben, you want to go ahead?
Oh, I'm a Minotaur on steroids that has like a really wrinkly brain.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I'm a mage. That's it.
All right, sounds good, man. What's your Minotaur's name?
Oh, Flesh Render with like a billion J's and weird like tildes over the thing.
Yeah, it's
his last name is Hernandez Garcia.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, Adrian.
Hi, my name is Tony. Tony the Tiger, but royalty free Tony, so I have an H in there, so we can't sue us. Don't sue us.
Unless we're sponsored.
Unless we're sponsored, and then we love whatever the series
Kellogg's.
called. Yeah, Kellogg's. My boy is an old man, but he's a shifter rogue. So he turns in Tony to Tiger, so he can shift into
the Tiger.
The Tiger.
Sweet, awesome. Yeah. All right, Daniel.
Hello, my name is Quindecimus Lepidus Faustus.
Excellent.
I come from Cilicia, but I studied at the Magic Academy in Orela.
Ooh, okay. Cool.
I'm really smart, but people question that because my power comes from somewhere else, and everyone knows it.
Okay.
And, yeah, it's not much of a secret. People around here are very familiar with that kind of stuff.
All right.
And I really want to impress my boss so that he'll invest in the poverty-stricken region.
Hey! All right, cool. So,
oh no, I don't get an introduction.
Ethan here. You all know Ethan. He's playing.
Hey guys.
I'm Icarus.
Oh, I'm Icarus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll just do formal introductions because there's so many new people. But yeah, so Icarus.
Oh, sure. Yeah. He's a war veteran. But now he's just a rogue, and he deals with crossbows.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah. So also before we get to the things you got to say, let's introduce the other side right here. Hey, what's up, ladies? We have Lauren. You all know Lauren plays.
Play Nistani. She's a half crystal dragon ranger.
All right, and then who's this space? She's returning. We're joking. Hey, Katie. How you doing?
Maybe.
It's me.
Maybe returning face.
Katie. Yeah.
Hey, Katie. Katie, you're playing.
I'm playing the one, the only Joe Avraj.
Joe Avraj, the one and only, and we all know Reagan. Hey, Reagan.
Hello. I am going to be playing Gwen.
Yeah.
Dragonborn.
Sweet. All right, yeah, and I'm Will. I'm Forever DM. Help me.
You're never going to
working on it.
Anyway.
Okay. I've got a few things to say, so my hand's free, and I'm very happy about it. Except we're still working on it. I got like limited clearance to use it, but I'm just fully using it. So let's hope it doesn't break again. Also, I've got this beauty.
Woo!
This is a terror bird. It's a stuffed terror bird that I found in a museum, and then I paid money for it.
It's really good. I like it.
Yeah, it's great. It's a plush terror bird. I love it so much. And you get to name it.
Yeah.
So, give us comments on what the name should be, and we're gonna pick one of those, and that will be its names. And Reagan loves it. So I'm gonna
my
give it
pride
to her.
and joy. My baby.
And then finally, what you've all been waiting for today is actually National Legal Drinking Age Day.
Yeah!
So if you remember our hydration day and all the water we drank, we're actually not doing that yet. But let me know if you think that a Tipsy D&D episode would be as much
God.
fun as I think it would be. Because I really want to do it. But
You'll have to be the DM for that one.
Yeah, so let me know if that's something you want to see, because I think that'd be a ton of fun to do.
And also, you can choose from any of the cast currently at the table, because we are all legal drinking.
This is our legal drinking age cast.
I think to throw more chaos into it, since I've never DM'd a game, I'll DM that game.
Oh, yeah.
So leave a like,
intelligible.
let us know if you want to see that, and subscribe so you don't miss that, because it's not going to be on our main Friday one. It's going to be like those other ones that you might not have seen if you're not subscribed. So subscribe and turn on the notifications so that you can see these fun extra things that we're doing.
Yeah.
Speaking of fun extra things that we're doing,
Following us on social media. So fun, because that's where we post all of our updates, our shorts, TikToks, and all the behind the scenes, spoilers without context, is all posted on our Instagram at the Wayward7 and also our TikTok at the Wayward7. That's where you can also give us name suggestions, because I'm pretty active on Instagram there, or at least as active as I can be. You can give us, just what your thoughts are, who your favorite guest stars are, who we should kill. I'm kidding. Who's our sad goodbye?
Puddle.
Bottle water. Anyway, yeah, that's it.
All right, great. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Okay, so before we get started tonight, does anybody have anything else to say? Adrian's thinking. No, Adrian? Oh.
I don't know why I did that.
I think I know what that means.
I forgot my snacks.
One of you guys.
Wait, Cole, you're gonna get his cat out of the bathroom first.
Oh,
I forgot my popcorn.
God, somebody's dying today. Anyway, welcome back. So, last time. We can't say that. Last time we left off, the party of joined groups at this point have made their way through the deserts. Tracking through the sands, they had special mounts just for the occasion and were surviving quite all right, having many narrow encounters with these massive dune worms here and there, as well as some other creatures, antlions, and the sorts. An archeologist was found on the way, one that did belong to the race, but one that was in danger. Cassandra, of the Spyglass Society. With her, you continued to cross the desert. A few close encounters happened, but the most close of all was when you reached the halfway point of the lighthouse. There, unexpectedly, shots were fired from the top of the lighthouse as groups of Cilicians, familiar to that of Icarus. Cilicians that seemingly were part of Gardevia's personal task force. With that being said, there was some the most consensual idea there that was maybe talk it out. As it seemed that they were out there and currently hunting for said group.
However,
there were some bold adventurers and bold fighters.
And you may realize that those are no longer with us.
No. That's not
That's
the
just
reason.
schedules. That's
Scheduling.
Don't read into it.
Don't read into it too much. They thought otherwise. And for a second, it seemed that, with initiative count being 1, things might go their way. And by initiative count 2 of the second round, it was decidedly not going their way.
Do that by round 1, baby.
Gwendolyn, Cassandra, Nastani, and some others hid behind a shack as shots were being fired from the top of the tower. Shots being fired by a Valora. Valora, though.
Fleet.
Valora the Fleets.
Can't do that to me. I don't have my notes pulled up.
So, as the thumping of the bullets hitting the ground, as well as the stomping of your large creatures and beasts running away, frantic, the local fauna decided to join in the fray, hoping for a quick and easy meal as a massive dune worm collapsing the house that the girls were mostly hiding next to, and leapt into the air into Valora's tower. There, everybody, just about other than Cassandra the damn lizard, failed their saving throws, being sucked into the void it left behind. Within this pit, however, something curious was found. Ruins from a forgotten time that Icarus and Nastani had some recollections of. Recognizing the symbols that Herb touched on the doors as common, being written in some magical form, they discovered a riddle that they solved quickly.
Record time.
Record time.
It didn't take an hour this time.
Record time. There's been some bad times, but pressing one of their talismans that they had received from a previous interesting run into the door, it opened to reveal an automaton. There they were given the tour of sorts, shown around the ruins, and as well as given books to study, almost as if they were new students. But that being said, they were trapped, and after resting under the careful gaze of said automaton, they eventually discovered a locked room upstairs. Gwendolyn did. And in said room... Gwyneth? Oh, is it not Gwendolyn?
No.
I'm joking. Gwyneth discovered this large apparatus of sorts, an apparatus that seemed to amplify magic. And as some testing was done here and there, some looting of the room, as well as the discovery of a third talisman that I believe Nastani took. One that did not have a ruby, but an emerald of sorts. More intricate in nature, as well as robes that seemingly belonged to a one Miss Kirani Illicar. That being said, Cassandra was fiddling with the apparatus and discovered a way to cast a larger teleportation spell than her normal abilities would allow her. Joining hands and paws, you grabbed your beast that had been stuck down there with you, and Cassandra focused on the one place that she knew you guys needed to get to, as well as the one place she could call home, this side of the continent. The Spyglass Society headquarters in the city of Orela. So, with a bright white flash, you feel your feet leave the ground as they hit solid oak floors. You look around and smell the intoxicating smell of alcohol. Dimly lit interior, looking around, and shrill screeches and screams as you have just brought your massive beast, as well as all of you, to the middle of what appears to be a Guildhall tavern. Around you, you see intricate banners, different sorts of art pieces from across the countries here in Voshan, or not Voshan, Kohal. You also notice many sorts of almost display cases here. Different sorts of artifacts, pieces of ruins that have been kind of set up and on display in here. But most importantly, the screaming, the dropping of alcohol, and the commotion of what appears to be a full tavern that just had, what was it, a giant lizard, 2 giant birds, and a giant beetle drop in the center of the room. As you all hit the ground,
I thought we left one of the
one of the birds escaped. One of the birds, the one of the Dune Runners, but you had 2. Dune Cranes, not Dune Runners. Flashback. That
Wrong
being
campaign.
said, wrong campaign, who does? As you hit the ground, you hear voices, commotion, and taking a second just to kind of center yourself, you hear a voice from above the banister above the bar. You hear, Cassandra! What the hell? And you see Cassandra, who's got a look. It's very wonderful to meet you all. Thank you so much.
What do we do with our animals?
In my office now! As you kind of see up above the banner, a kind of gray and black minotaur, just kind of old and wiry hair kind of sticking out. This massive axe kind of resting against the balcony. Just picks it up and starts, just throws it against the wall. Not again! And he storms off. You see several people, and archaeological gear, similar to that of Professor Charles, kind of like, stay back, just towards the rest of you as some of them start to form. Not you specifically, but you with the large creatures, especially, and you kind of watch as your large lizard, who is yet to be named, I believe, grabs Chris and blings him as far as he can into the wall, and you kind of watch as Chris just slam, and you watch the chaos ensues as the lizard just goes in and starts to wrestle with Chris, who did crush his arm during the teleport. But that being said, you hear people kind of shouting, "Get the watch!" As you kind of see that they're kind of blocking the door now. What are you guys doing?
I'm so sorry. This was not what we intended to do. Give me 1 second.
Stay right there. Stay put. Get your animals. Stay put.
That's just what I was trying to tell you.
So.
Whoa.
Wow. That's nice.
Okay.
You hear the door slam open, and uniformed guards enter the room. Not the Hrothgar, but what appear to be these leather armor with kind of a metal breastplate, kind of and a small insignia at the center. The insignia looks to be a kind of red painted lotus. You also notice the most distinctive part of this mask, or part of the garb, is the mask. What appears to be a metal mask made out of several plates that kind of resemble that of a bird. Now these kind of bird-masked individuals kind of come in, and you see their kind of heavy maces that they bring out, sparking with energy. And you kind of see as roughly about 4 or so kind of line the place, hold up their hands, and you hear, stop moving. Hands up.
We don't mean any trouble.
Put your hands up.
I was trying to calm the animals so they wouldn't harm anybody.
Okay. He looks around. Let's see if Chris is doing it. Chris and those are the back, and you kind of watch as one of them kind of goes over and takes the kind of mace and hits the side of the lizard quite hard. And you kind of watch the lizard kind of as it kind of turns around and goes to bite, and you kind of see that the guard raises the mace once again and kind of starts backing up. And Chris is just kind of
We can't really be held responsible for that when he does what he wants. I can't stop him.
See, as Herb has run over to go heal Chris.
Thank you, Herb.
And as you do, you hear the guards kind of yell, "Stop moving!" And you watch it
Wayne
as...
grabs Herb.
Go ahead and make a dex check. Whew. Dang, Herb.
8.
8. Herb slips by and goes to heal Chris.
He just wants to heal him.
And you kind of see there's a commotion going on, and the next few seconds go by quickly as you see as 2 of the guards jump over to Chris and Herb, both kind of putting their hands back, and you kind of watch as one brings out manacles and begins to kind of handcuff them down on the ground.
If you allow me permission, I can calm the animals so they won't cause harm to your guards. Please.
Stay there. Do not move. Which one of you speaks for the group? Okay. Who are you?
We're members of the Champion's Pursuit.
How'd you get here?
Is Cassandra still in the room?
Cassandra did run off. She kind of
We
sped
know
off.
her. We know her name.
We ran into this archeologist Cassandra in the desert. We saved her from some ant lions, and later she got us out of a bind by teleporting us here.
Make a persuasion check.
25.
25. Okay. Kind of, you see him lower the mace a little bit and just kind of back up.
We didn't know we were coming here. We're sorry.
Well, it's a big mess you've made.
I know.
It's not
We'll
tough.
clean it up. I point to Chris. He'll clean it up.
See Chris is on the ground like, I can take him! Herb right there with them. So, with that being said, eventually you see the Minotaur who was up on the balcony return. Said, what is the meaning of this?
Your person didn't explain it. She teleported us here. She could have teleported us to anywhere, and she teleported us here.
Well, not quite anywhere, I think. We just asked her to take us to Aurelia. We didn't know that we would end up inside here.
Along with our mounts.
It's an accident and a large misunderstanding.
We
If
would
you
like.
allow us, we'd like to clear out, get the animals where they won't harm anyone.
We don't want to be here as much as you don't want us to be here.
One of you with can make a persuasion check with advantage.
Sure, I'll do that, I assume.
Or how good are you?
Or each of you can make one.
I feel very good about it.
Okay, go ahead.
Unnatural 20.
Okay, nice. He kind of looks to one of the other guards who has entered. Call one more watch guard. Have them deal with this. And you kind of see the guard respond. We already have. Apparently, they've attracted some attention. He kind of takes a step, and as things have kind of the kind of quiet rumble of chatter has once again picked up here. As the archaeologists, the other people here have kind of calmed down. You see some of them are kind of setting the vases down that they are trying not to let break. Some of them with the priceless artifacts just kind of like, okay. The situation seems to be under control as their livelihood was not destroyed today. You do see that there are a couple that have been kind of completely shattered on the ground. Some of these ruined fragments or other objects, and you kind of see some of them like. But
Oh no. Oh no, bro.
for
Herb, I know you
a
got it.
moment, things seem to return for normal. But that being said, eventually you kind of watch as the guards, all of them, instinctually kind of turn their heads. One of them raises the baton. In line.
Sure.
You watch as they step to the side, almost kind of 2 on 2 each side around the door. It's kind of a larger door. And you watch as these grand doors of the Spyglass Society swing open, and this hush falls over the room. The air seems to still, as if holding its breath in anticipation of the arrival of what is about to unfold. Into the hall strides someone familiar to the two of you, Oriah. A being of unknown power. Her regal presence commanding attention and instilling a mix of fear and fascination upon those in the guild hall. You notice that just about every other archaeologist, guild member, as well as the guild master seemingly, has gone completely silent, and all of them are kind of just a low kind of head bow as she enters. And as she does, she is cloaked in this aura of otherworldly captivation. Oriah moves with a grace that is both ethereal and pernicious. Her form is draped in a dress of unparalleled elegance, its fabric a tapestry of midnight black interwoven with delicate threads of silver and crimson. The gown, as if woven from moonlit shadows, clings to her and leaves nothing but darkness in her wake with every step. You notice her raven tresses, glossy, fall in luxurious waves, framing the face that captivates everybody in the room with haunting beauty. Her flawless porcelain skin glows with an otherworldly radiance, accentuating the sharpness of her captivating crimson eyes that seem to hold the depths of knowing and whatever she found down there. This smile creeps across her face, revealing the kind of slow trickle of fangs emanating. And she is overjoyed to see you.
Is Chris still cuffed?
Chris is still cuffed.
Good.
As as soon as I see who it is, I want to tell Chris and Gwen, behave, do not antagonize.
I'm gonna like turn to Herb, like lean down. Including you in this. Do not mess this up.
There she stands at the center of the room, just kind of taking in the mess that you've made, just very pleased about everything that's going on. You watch as 4 other soldiers seem to walk in. Flanking her, some of these, and you've heard the whispers around you. You hear some of the guild members whispering, the augurs. Careful. As they look at you and you. And as the augurs, the elite guardians of this city, clad in obsidian-like armor, with intricate silver filigree, they stand like statues of silent menace, just gazing upon you. The slits that cover their eyes, almost with this kind of evil red glow beneath, an otherworldly form of them. But as they make their way through the hall, a chilling breeze seems to follow in their wake, causing the candles to flicker for a moment and casting dancing shadows upon the wall. Whispers of their fearsome reputation spread like wildfire amongst the gathered attendees, and an uneasy tension permeates the air. In this moment, as Oriah and her augurs claim their place in the guild hall, the atmosphere crackles, a potent blend of fascination and dread amongst everybody here. Once lively with chatter, now hangs at the edge of anticipation, as Oriah opens her mouth to say, I thought I smelled familiar faces. I'm so glad I was right. Team Fourrunners, was it? Right. You seem to be a little lacking, but with some more in tow? Well, seems that you found yourself in a little whoopsie-daisy, little mistake. It's all right, and she kind of looks over at Chris and Herb, the wrong end of the law. How fortunate for you that I should be here. And she kind of looks, now I don't know what they did, or why they've been cuffed, but I suppose, well, the Civil Watch has their reasons. Am I wrong? I didn't think so. So, good to see you all. Your name was, Nistani. Yes, and Icarus. Yes, and who was your acquaintances? Gwyneth. What a beautiful name.
The 2 cuffed, smaller one would be Herb. Bigger one is Chris.
Herb.
With a K!
Noted. Alright, well, I only really need most of you. Take those 2, leave them probably in prison for a few days. She says this to one of the augurs. We have some business, don't we? So, Forerunners and friends, you are hereby invited to the Mayor's Chateau for this evening's meeting. I expect you to be there punctual. Early is preferable. At sunset, the doors will be open. Do not show up any later, as the doors will be closed. And then I will not be happy, and you will miss our dinner. So,
Is that all that will happen if we don't show?
I see that you play instruments. You must have some creativity in you.
Oh no, bro.
She's scary.
Well,
yeah. Yes, I do.
I endeavor you to think, and use that mind to wander. But don't go too far.
Well, I assure you, I've been through much worse than you could possibly believe.
Not true.
Is that a challenge, or?
You'll see if we show up, won't you?
I will.
Well.
I will be there. I will be there.
Well, Mr. Stoney, it seems that you have made an appropriate response. That being said, since it seems you need some motivation, I will leave a detachment here to guide you. And I will see you when you get there. That being said, welcome to Orayla. It is such a pleasure to have you, and I hope you enjoy your stay. With that, she turns around and leaves. The door is shutting behind her.
I told you not to antagonize.
Do not stay true to my character.
You see as the Civil Watch members begin to kind of pick up Chris and Herb, and kind of push them forward. You kind of hear one, move along. And you kind of watch as Chris and Herb are escorted out of the building.
Gwyn takes a step.
Come back for you.
He said, "You, why help me out, man?"
Gwyn takes a step. I'm going for Herb. I don't care about Chris.
Okay.
I'm going for Herb, but I take a step, but I hesitate because I look at Icarus, and I fall back.
All right.
If he's not willing to get him, then.
Okay. Sounds good. So, with that being said, as the Civil Watch leave, so do 3 of the augurs, but you notice as one stays. This augur is stranger than the others, and you kind of notice as he goes to remove the helmet, these kind of 2 rabbit ears pop out. And you may go ahead and describe yourself.
I would imagine at 5'1" I'm shorter than the other augurs.
You're a little short for an augur, yeah.
Still taller than me.
Okay, so this is probably, except with the exception of Icarus, this is probably the first time you've seen a Harangon.
Likely.
Actually, I think one of my brothers is.
Oh my god!
For those of you that don't
That's
know.
really good. Point of inspiration.
Anyways,
Go ahead.
did not mean to interrupt. I was putting it out there.
He has, I guess, mostly white, but a little spot of reddish brown fur on the left side of his face, like a Dutch rabbit, I guess you would say.
Okay.
And he says, "Well, everyone, you heard what she said. Dinner tonight. Don't miss. Bad things happen."
What do we do about the animals?
What would I know what the procedures are?
You
here?
know that there is a stables there, so that they can come on the animals if they wish.
You can bring them to the palace. There are some stables there. However, I recommend that you leave them at the gates. I will have some of my people take care of them.
I meant the procedure to get them out of the tavern. Because they're kind of... Is the door big enough for the beetle?
Beetle's pretty big. You can try to squeeze it. It's large double doors, so you can try to squeeze it there.
I can... If I'm allowed to in this setting, nobody's answered me, I can calm them down, but...
Forgive me if I'm skeptical of any plan for getting these animals out that allows you to use magic.
It's literally just to talk to them, calm them down. I can put my weapons near you so you don't think I'm doing any harm.
Is there anything
They
you can do to help?
They can understand language?
They can understand when I talk to them, because it's... When I can do that. Just, I can speak with them.
They can understand magical language.
Mm-hmm. I speak to them, they kind of translates with themselves. It's a common spell, so it's not...
It's first level, right?
Yeah.
Alright, go on ahead. I'm going to see if I can maybe get some help.
Okay.
Looks like this is going to be a difficult situation.
Okay, did we name the beetle?
I don't think anybody's named any of the new
I
animals.
don't think so.
Alright, well, I'm going to cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
And so it's the beetle, the lizard, and how many birds?
2 birds.
2 birds. Urena and,
1 Icarus.
one Icarus.
Point of inspiration.
Right.
Thank you. I'll use that.
Alright, friends, we need to get out the door, but we can't disrupt any of the other people, alright? So, we need to gently get out.
So
I know you might be hard to get through the doors, talking to the beetle.
Did he leave to go get help, or...?
Did you step out for a moment to call over another member of City Watch, or...?
I think if there are any other members of the Civil Watch there, I want to stay here and make sure nothing happens.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to order someone to maybe go retrieve someone who knows magic that can help in this situation.
Sure, so you're just saying one of the guild members?
Yeah, or well, I was saying to the Civil Watch.
You're the only member of Civil Watch left inside. The others escorted Chris and Herb to the local prison.
Okay. Yes.
And,
then one of the guild members.
Okay.
Because I don't necessarily want one of the other guild members to handle this situation. I want one of the other augurs.
Kind of point towards a small gnome, and the gnome goes, okay.
All right.
No?
While she's talking to the animals, can
Go ahead and make a persuasion check for me.
I look at Icarus
Or animal handling with advantage, sorry.
and I don't know how close is he to all of us? Like, if Icarus and I like step to the side, would he be able to hear us?
The augur?
Yeah.
Are you pretty perceptive, Mr. Augerman? He's got big rabbit ears, so.
That's true.
Listening might be.
His thing. Okay, never mind. I give Icarus a look because like No, I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna just say it. Okay. Why do I have to go? Do I?
To dinner.
Yes.
Because the lady told you to.
Who is this lady to me?
This is Araya, and she could really mess
You're
everything
not in
up.
this conversation.
You're saying it out. You said you're saying it out loud.
Well, I meant I was talking to Icarus, but I guess yeah.
You can,
I'm just like,
Okay, that's
don't mess it up.
In addition to having a very heavy and influential hand in the Champion's Pursuit itself, she also
Not
has
Champion's Pursuit.
a significant hand in this city. And you may have noticed significant influence over its guards.
All right. I'll play nice.
Has Oriya explained to me her connection to these people?
nope, she just told you to escort him back.
Would she consider it unseemly for me to ask them, or is it the sort of thing where I should just follow orders and not ask questions?
Probably the latter.
Okay.
You assume.
All right, that's all I have.
So, Miss Sonny, what was that animal handling check?
15.
15? It takes a good bit, but ushering each animal out into the street and making sure that somebody's there to hold the reins of each animal does take a minute. But I will say, with enough efforts, and eventually the gnome does come back with some other, what appears to be more magically oriented archaeologists. You kind of watch as slowly the door is slightly kind of widened for the beetle to kind of barely squeeze out. As they kind of start to bend and warp the wood with their magic. But eventually it kind of falls back in shape.
They use stone shape.
Ooh. Thank you
Now
very
let's
much.
walk away from that for a day.
Okay.
Thank you very much for your help. I'm sorry about the inconvenience of us kind of landing in the middle of your tavern.
Kind of look down at the gnome. It's
I really am. I'm very
it's really
sorry.
inconvenient. I was kind of having a good time until you guys showed up.
I am truly
And
sorry.
you brought Araya here, so that's pretty bad.
Okay. Well, thank you for helping us get them out the door.
I
We
shoot,
will not
I shoot the
bother
gnome
you.
a very sharp look.
It's very good that she visited, and it's very. We are glad.
She is very charismatic, but I understand.
Yes.
Anyway, thank you for helping me. Thank you. I appreciate it. We will not bother you again.
I'd appreciate it. And he kind of watches the gnome kind of closes the door.
I give the gnome a thumbs up before he closes the door.
So, was that okay for me to do?
Yes, that was fine.
Okay. Well, I'm Nastani.
I'm like behind one.
My name's Nastani Mendovan. It's usually nice
You?
to tell people yourselves who you are when they reach the hand out so you can shake it.
Shake my girlfriend's hand.
This is my friend who's a girl named Quinn. Shake my hand.
Okay.
You can call me Faustus.
Faustus? Like that name?
My name is really long for people who aren't from Cilicia.
And the bird is Icarus. Birdman.
The one talking, not the one I just escorted out.
Or the other one.
I turn to Icarus. Salve.
Salve.
I say to him in Cilician, what brings you here? You part of the race as well?
I am, yes. I'd been on freelance work for a while, but recently joined in the race. What brings you to this area?
I'm not at liberty to say at the moment.
Miss Stoney, I
Work
don't have to wear a
opportunities.
dress. Neither do I. I don't. Okay.
I understand.
I don't know why.
Is there a certain like dress code to go to dinner? Can I just like
Well,
wear
Are
it?
you asking him?
Yes.
What would Araya have like a prescribed dress code?
Oh. You know, Araya has a plan for just about everything. So, your part of the plan is to take him to the chateau.
I trust Araya on that one. She'll fill you in there.
Okay. Well, I'll be fine in this. I have a nice cloak. Cool. What was the name of
my winter
the
coat.
type of guard he is?
The type of guard, he is known as an augur. You also heard that the lower guards were called Civil Watch, but you also heard the name Watch Guard thrown around.
Awesome.
And they all seem to have the unifying symbol of the kind of red lotus.
I am also wearing one of these bird masks, right?
You don't have a bird mask. You have a more kind of compact helmet that seems to be made out of two kind of plates. One an upper and kind of a lower for where the mouth guard is. But it kind of hides most of the features behind it.
What time of day is it?
The sun is about to set.
We should probably head there.
We should go.
So, you
lead the way.
leading them to the chateau?
I am, yes.
All right, so as some of you walk, some of you mount up, you follow your Faustus through what is known as the Guild Meadow District. Are you telling them of the districts as you go through?
I think I am, yes.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
I like talking to new people.
Okay. So, he introduces this as the Guild Meadow District, and you can see that there's the kind of clamor of bustling guild halls. The hum of artisans at work fill the air, and the district is a symphony of craftsmanship and creativity of the sorts. There are workshops and studios kind of nestled among verdant gardens and picturesque country courtyards. The kind of sound of hammers striking metal, brushes sweeping across canvases, and the gentle melody of lutes being played in the distance. There's many, many sorts of activities showcasing intricate carvings, mastery of various trades going on about, more than showmanship, kind of for fun here, with the kind of large, what appear to be parks almost, as well as this kind of very, eventually towards the end of the Guild Meadow District, the very kind of heavy scent of fresh baked bread for the evening. But soon you cross over into what you introduce as the Rivertide District. And immediately notice a more lively atmosphere, kind of bustling energy that kind of permeates the air. The scent of freshly caught seafood that kind of mingles with this invigorating aroma of exotic spices. There's lots of open-air market stalls that kind of line the cobblestone streets, vibrant banners and flags that flutter in the breeze, and the sounds of jovial conversations, cheerful laughter, and the clinking of coin that can be heard from successful fishermen and their trade. Eventually, as you make your way through the Rivertide, you leave it, the landscape grows vertically as you enter Founders Square. It's the massive, you notice up on these large roads, the massive centerpiece of the city. A grand fountain depicting the city's two founding members. One of Araya, and one you presume to be Mayor Joe. One that you have heard briefly about.
What's Araya's title?
Araya is Baroness.
Baroness. Okay.
That being said, the sounds of the cascading waters kind of echo through the streets here and leave a soothing backdrop as many kind of towering monument statues commending the kind of city's rich success here. The square is comprised of majestic buildings with architectural styles that span the ages and areas. Some from Cilicia, Mizumi, Haras, and even some that you don't quite recognize. The elegant columns of some of these buildings of ancient civilizations to intricate stonework from more recent eras. It is a large menagerie of what goes on here. So, eventually though, as you pass the large fountain, the other buildings, you come to what appears to be a massive gate surrounding green landscapes and tall trees. almost like a forest planted here at the center of the city. Here, you recognize the large gateway as the entrance to the estate. And you come up to this, to the doors that seem to open at the sign of an augur approaching. And you watch as a member of Civil Watch kind of steps out. So?
Greetings, officer. These are guests who have been invited to spend the night and take their dinner at the palace. I trust you've received notification of this visit already?
So?
Right. They have brought some mounts with them. As you can see, they will take up quite a bit of stable space. Do you know if we have the room?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. I want you to take, what all mounts do they have again? 2 birds?
Terror bird, we have a dune bird, we have a giant beetle, and
Did
we have
they take the
giant
lizard?
lizard.
No, they didn't take the
Okay.
lizard. They took Chris the lizard.
Crystal lizard, not the real lizard.
They took your man lizard.
Okay.
With the gate.
Make sure you make, and I just kind of look around at everyone, and then look at the guard, and I don't move my mouth, but the guard hears. Make sure you keep these animals in our most secure possible accommodations. They look like they could be trouble if they get out.
Just see a small nod from him. And you kind of watch as the Civil Watchguard steps back, motions, the rest of the gate begins to open up towards you. The mounts are brought in, you kind of see some more members of Civil Watch kind of step out and begin to kind of take the reins of your creatures. And you kind of see as they pull them away, the one that you've been talking to, Faustus, kind of, they'll be returned upon your exit.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna kind of pet the lizard. Behave, please.
I do the same thing with her.
Okay.
And the beetle, and the dune bird, just behave.
Yeah. Behave. Yeah.
Gwen is like staring down this guard, making sure nothing happens.
You kind of,
Pet Gwen.
as
behave.
the guards have been,
Gwen, I am on my best behavior.
I'm gonna pet Icarus. Behave.
everybody is behaving now.
I'm just watching this,
Yeah.
trying not to laugh.
There's many of the kind of Civil Watch that are gathered here are just kind of the black opaque eyes that kind of just stare at you, or just can't quite tell what's going on, but it's got to be a little funny.
I telepathically tell a joke to one of them.
Make it. What's the joke? Yeah.
Gotta come prepared for these things.
You knew I'd ask. You
Last
know me,
time this
Daniel.
happened, it was a bad joke.
It's like
What's the joke?
Evan tried to write a love letter.
Yeah. What's the
What do you
joke?
say?
What's the funny joke?
What do you call a rhyme? Nothing.
I don't have one, so I guess I'm just going to say it's just a very bad pun of some kind.
What's the pun?
He does these things.
I do them all the time.
Last time my joke was equal rights.
The card just kind of stares at you as you start to say something, and then just kind of turns back, going about his work. With that being said,
Sorry, man. It's there somewhere, but I don't have it this time.
kind of just see the eyes stare at you, and then move along.
Can I tell that he was trying to talk telepathically?
Make an insight check. Do you have your helmet on?
Dirty 20.
I
Or
think
have
I
you kind of
took it
just
off.
been carrying it?
Yeah,
I think I've just been carrying it.
Yeah.
dirty 20.
You can definitely tell that there are intention behind the eyes when he looks at certain people,
Uh-huh.
and that there are kind of the twitch of eyebrows. Something that you would remember, you would recognize being a telepath yourself.
And social cues can tell that they all think it's funny, so I'm just gonna telepathically peek into his head. What do you call a rhino and an elephant hybrid? Elephino.
To the guard or to him?
No, wait, to the guard.
Make a performance check. Sure. That's pretty good.
10.
10?
Do I pick up on this?
No. You see the guard kind of look at you, like almost out of concern at first, and then just keep moving. That being said, you are escorted inside, and you're taking them down the long winding path to the chateau, I presume?
Yes. I'll come up with a better one next time, I promise.
Come prepared.
They taken our weapons.
They have not taken your weapons, no. They just took the mounts. You kind of see as they're taking them down a separate path.
I'm gonna start shoving my stuff in my bag of holding.
As you approach the chateau, you are greeted by a picturesque scene that exudes the air of grandeur and tranquility. The path leading up to the chateau winds through a sprawling park of sorts, where vibrant blooms of various hues can be seen lining the cobblestone path and across the fields and meadows that reside here. It almost seems to be take up more space than it did than you originally saw outside. You can see tall ancient trees provide shade along the path, and you see their branches kind of gently swaying in the warm kind of evening breeze. The park here is meticulously manicured and meticulously trimmed hedges, forming intricate patterns, as well as these kind of large topiary gardens can be seen here and there. Very eccentric, some of them the shape of dragons, some of them the shape of people, some of them missing heads. You're not quite sure what these are used for or why, but perhaps you'll find out at the end of the road. As you proceed along the path, you catch glimpses of elegant fountains adorned with intricate stone carvings where water dances and sparkles in the sunlight. The sound of cascading water creates this kind of almost rippling effect and gets louder and louder and louder down the path. Eventually, it comes into sight. The mayor's magnificent chateau. The chateau stands proudly, a testament to architectural opulence and refined taste. Its walls are constructed of fine marble, giving it this luminous appearance that kind of catches the evening light with this warm glow to it. Water features can be seen rippling down the side as the source of this kind of babbling begins to become more apparent as rivers seem to exude from it. That being said, its multi-story structure, ornate balconies, windows, delicate lacy curtains that flutter gently in the breeze, and elaborate archways that decorate the columns, and its regal kind of charm, evoking a sense of timeless elegance. You see 4 large turrets rising at each corner here of the chateau, towards the sky, each one taller than the last. The furthest one back, kind of reaching this peak with what appears to be a larger kind of balcony window. There are imposing wrought iron gates that kind of mark the entrance here, surrounding it in this large circular structure. It is flanked by stone statues of noble figures, silent guardians of sorts, and the gates open on their own, sweeping the courtyard as flower petals of vibrant colors flutter outwards. And there you see the grand entrance, covered by this larger balcony, the doorway open, and a figure standing at the center, who looks very pleased, hands together, everything according to plan, as she turns and walks into the house.
Have I been inside this house before?
Yes, yes you have.
Okay.
Yep. That being said, as you come to the entryway, you see Oriah, who is kind of standing off to the side. Ah, there you are. Punctual. I love that. I'm glad to see your all timely appearance.
Not by choice.
Gwyneth,
I was taught to be punctual, so don't
tonight's
mind me.
meal is almost ready. Please leave your weapons and armor to the servants, and she kind of gestures, and you kind of see behind the door stand roughly about 10 or so mixture of maids and butlers who are kind of just waiting on the side of various statures and from various places. But that being said, please get changed and join us in the Grand Hall. Should you need anything, feel free to call upon Elise Orion. And she kind of points towards 2 specific members who seem to be a bit more elegantly dressed.
So that includes changes of clothes?
Yes, yes. Each of them should have something for you, and I expect you to get dressed for dinner. We will be having several courses, and tonight's entertainment will pursue. Don't be late. And she walks off. Yes, you may come as well. And arrives.
As scared as I am, I do love you about this.
I'm also not happy about this.
And then there's
Kinda
Nastani
sounds
who's like,
Do not worry. Oria's parties are the very best on the continent.
I love parties,
trust
so
me,
I'm
I'm
very
very-
continent. Wait a minute. No, they are not. I've
watch
been
as-
to excellent parties.
What the butler known as Ryan steps forward, a high elf, and very kind of neatly trimmed beard, as well as a very kind of tightly kept haircut, kind of walks and steps forward. You'll find your dresses, gowns, garments within the changing rooms off to the side here. Please get changed, be punctual, and we will lead you to the dining hall when requested. Understood?
How do you know my size?
Lady Orion took care of that.
She's creepy.
Magic, don't worry about it.
She's weird.
So-
She said weapons and like belongings.
Weapons, like all your gear. Leave it at the door.
I turn to Nastani and I whisper, I don't like this one bit.
I know, I'm scared too, but I also really like parties, so I'm having fun.
So, you guys getting changed? Or?
Yes.
Sure am.
Alright.
I'm not.
I will be there.
You're not?
Gwen, please.
I don't think Gwen would.
Gwen, please.
Would I?
You're not?
Nastani will have to persuade me.
Is there a nice pair, like some nice like women's trousers at the very least?
It seems that specific outfits have been picked out for everybody.
Okay.
Are we in our own are we in our own room where
Or changing rooms.
Okay. I assume that Nastani and I are probably in the same room, right?
There are separate rooms for
Oh,
everybody.
so we're not
Yeah.
Please dress
You were
up
given the
with me.
garments, escorted to the rooms, and you have one of the servants kind of waiting outside for you to exit.
Gwen is like, not to prolong this, but Gwen is like staring at this dress. She does not like this, like at
Is it
all.
a dress?
I would say probably.
She doesn't like this at all. She doesn't understand why she has to change. So,
Gwen, if you change, I'll show you how to turn it into pants.
Nastani, I don't understand why we have to change. This
Because-
doesn't seem.
Because it's a fancy party, it's a nighttime party. You can't wear daily wear to a nighttime party. That's
Can
not
I-
how it goes.
Oh, can I? Okay, just for my own comfort, like
Mhm.
Gwen's comfort.
Yeah.
Can I cast dispel magic on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Just because I was fishy about this.
do. You
Okay.
cast a spell magic and
Oh, detect magic. I don't
Detect
have
magic?
dispel magic.
Okay.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't. Oh, I do. It's a 3rd level. I'm gonna do detect magic just
Okay.
so I can see. If
you
there's
cast detect magic, and you get a very heavy sense of magic all around you.
But
not
I
on the
can't
dress.
tell. Okay, not on the
Yeah,
dress.
it just needs to be a dress.
Okay. Gwen changes.
All right.
She doesn't
So-
like it.
You're all dressed, and the outfits given. Mostly very elegant gowns, evening gowns, as well as a very kind of nice 3-piece suit for Icarus. That seems to have been accommodated for his bird wings. But that being said, as you exit, Ryan escorts you into the grand hall. You pass through much of these kind of intricate hallways, statues, glass ceilings, as well as many kind of lively, kind of growing, thriving plants down here.
Would I be expected to change, or
You
am
were
I
given
already
change.
in my nicest clothes?
You're in your nicest, I'd say. I'd say you are already wearing something that would probably be appropriate for this. Orion did not give you a change of clothes, though.
Gwen is like.
My family's crest, is that like on my clothes or is it a sash? Because I'd like to place it on the gown that I was provided.
So, okay, so you'd like to put the sash.
Mhm.
Okay, go for it. So you do. And you enter the grand dining hall. A massive hallway, larger than some of your homes. There's a large table there, and some interesting figures. Let's start at the end of the table. The one and only Orion sits there as she kind of lounges with a glass of wine, watching you enter. She says, "Welcome! Let me introduce you to everybody." And she stands up and kind of signals to you. This kind of older, kind of gruff, thin orc kind of stands up in this kind of long regal robe and just kind of, you give a deep bow.
Yeah, why not?
Go ahead and introduce
Oh,
yourself.
right. Hello, I am Joe, the mayor of this town? City?
City.
Town? City!
City. It's a city. Joe.
City!
Yes.
It's a city now. Back in my day, it was a town. It's a city now.
It is your day.
I am the mayor, you know. So, welcome. We have food?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's on the way, Joe. Yes, it's coming. Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
Party.
Okay, that's Joe. Mayor Joe, everybody.
So much fun.
Right. Down here, Mr.
Yeah, what kind of food? Because I've been sitting at this table for like an hour and a half. And
Have you not been looking at the menu?
I mean, it was really unprofessional. My salad fork was actually to the left of my dinner fork. And I thought it was a bit of a higher class event. So, you know, if you just make it snappy back there in the kitchen,
like
I'd
him.
appreciate it.
Have I been introduced already?
You have been introduced to them, yes.
Oh, that's
Have I been instructed to tolerate this behavior?
Fleshrunder's here for a reason.
It's an esteemed guest.
Yes, Fleshrender, we will have that done immediately.
Yeah, thank you.
And please look at the menu to tell the servants what you want for dinner.
Oh, okay, I'll just let you choose.
Do the fish. Do the fish. They stink.
I'll go with the fish.
You can tell them when they get to you. And one of our oldest members here. You look past the kind of giant minotaur who kind of has a weird kind of like necrotic hand to what appears to be a very kind of somewhat old man with a kind of a younger side to him, quite literally. He has more kind of wrinkles on one side of the face and kind of like a kind of patchy scars here and there, but the other side is kind of almost jovial, would you say?
Hi, I'm Tony.
And then I guess over on this face.
Yeah.
What's up? I'm Tony. I don't know if they speak the same. Anyway.
Yeah, sure. Two-Face.
Yeah, it's
Jekyll and Hyde.
royalty free. Royalty free is the guy who does the cape thing.
Yeah.
We have off-brand everything here, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very nice to meet you all.
It's very nice to meet you guys.
Is there any pudding? I need some.
Yes, Tony. Pudding will be a part of it, yes.
We have fish pudding.
Fish? No.
Oh, it's so good.
Wynn turns to leave.
Uh-huh.
Notices the guards and
I'm gonna gently take like her elbow, like just like no, I'm gonna loop my arm through hers, like how you would in court, like please.
And finally, part of our disgruntled crew, looking at the end of the table there, she kind of gestures, and you kind of see the figure boots up on the table, the kind of hat tilted down, heavy snoring. But you recognize that ugly poncho anywhere.
Ain't no way.
I know
You
where.
recognize
I know where.
the visage of Silas Reeves. Who is kind of, you hear, Silas! And you're, hey, he stands up and goes, Icarus! And he starts to get up and kind of shake your hand. What you doing here? Mr. Sonny, nice to meet you.
We were invited here by our ladyship.
Damn. That's for
And me. And the lordship, yes.
That's all right. That's cool.
the one and only.
Silas,
Gwen.
nice to meet you.
Where's your
Where's Nat?
She looks back over at Orion and is like, there's been some complications in the plan, so we are figuring it out. She's fine. She's alive. Can't kill her. I tried. Anyway, he kind of goes back and kicks his feet back up on the table once again.
Is there specific seats to take?
Feel free to sit wherever you wish. Not one that is taken.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yes.
you guys can
I'm
sit
gonna
wherever
sit
you-
by the old man.
Okay.
There's a seat next to me.
On the
I'll
old man's
I'll sit
side.
next to
Yeah,
Mayor
yeah.
Joe. hello.
I sit next to Miss Donnie.
Okay.
I'm going to
Lizard.
look
I'm a lizard.
at. I'm going to look at Orion.
Okay. You may.
Who do you want me to sit next to?
She looks at the open seats. I don't know. Everybody seemed to get on the damn left side of the table, so go to the only seat on the right.
Understood.
Balance it out a bit for me.
So I go and sit. I guess it's just this long table, and I am in this one seat on the right.
Yes.
Who am I across from?
You're sitting across from Fleshrender.
I look at him hungrily.
ribs.
Do I understand that this is a hungry look?
Are you making it obvious?
I say an abyssal. I'm not very tasty.
Them thick thighs disagree.
All right.
I'm on my best behavior. I got taught.
Okay.
I'll just be
Yeah.
sitting here.
It's a very fancy party so far.
Going to
I have
slouch
been.
in her chair.
This is my peak.
Mariah kind of snaps, and you kind of watch as
This is my
some people with
lullaby.
musical instruments begin to enter the hall and begin to play. Just kind of soft, subtle music. So, we enjoying your stay so far?
Well, we've only been here a few hours.
Don't ask
So,
me.
but yes, it's very, very beautiful home.
Thank you. Well, Joe did a lot of the interior decorating.
Oh, I have so much stuff
What's
to decorate with.
What's the contrast between the interior versus the exterior?
The interior that you've seen is matching. It's very elegant, it's very nice, it's very pristine. You're not quite sure what she's referring to, or if Joe's style is very different from hers, but it would seem that she seems to think so.
Well, it's all very lovely. Reminds me of my own. So,
You have headless topiaries in your home.
no. I said reminds me of.
So you have a fancy house too?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I love fancy houses. I destroyed a couple of them, and that's where I got a lot of the decorations from. It's really cool. Do you have stuff I could borrow?
No, it's kind of hard to get to my house.
Oh, we have a few extra rooms.
It's
They
hard
need a
to get to
little
my house.
sparkle.
So is that food coming, or are you guys photosynthesize here? Because I'm wasting away, and I'm about to eat this rabbit man across the room. Give me something.
You kind of see one of the servants nervously look over at Orion and says, "Go ahead, take his order." Kind of watch as the servants kind of go around the room and take your
I'll have the rabbits too, actually.
It's just Orion's excellent choice. I think I'll have the same.
Oh my goodness. Are we supposed to give our orders now?
Do you want to?
I mean, I'm fine either way.
That being said, I'll say you guys give your orders. And eventually food is brought out.
Does anyone else order the rabbit stew?
Silas did.
Silas
Silas
I have the fish pudding. They have snail pudding too.
I think I'll go with chocolate
The
pudding.
duality of Tony.
Is there a dish
Gives your skin
that
a
I'm
glow.
capable of digesting on the menu?
Vegetables.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I mean they can cook whatever you basically want. So
Giant carrot.
you want a big carrot?
I was thinking more along the lines of like potatoes and
Okay.
fava beans.
Absolutely. Bring you some potatoes and coffee. But eventually, dinner arrives. It is quite delicious. This conversation ensues. Flesh render, are you still trying to eat?
Yeah, I'm like taking the meat off of them, but not breaking eye contact with them
Yeah.
the entire time. So
I'm
just-
blinking.
Yes.
Yeah.
How far am I from flesh render?
You're in the seat next to him.
I pushed my food every day.
Okay.
Just eat it. Bones, everything. I swallow it. I don't even chew.
She wants nothing
I'm
to
just
do with this.
about by him like,
Yeah.
you eat big boy.
Yeah. All right.
Come on, big boy.
So, that being said, eventually, food is consumed, dinner is ate, and festivities have kind of died down a bit. And Ryan kind of calls attention once again. So, we are not just here for dinner, I hope you know,
Assumed, yes.
because you, the two of you, owe me a favor. Not a big one, not a biggie. A smaller one, yes.
I thought our contract dictated that after the race.
Yes, after the race.
And
But see, well, I suppose the race could be effectively over for you.
how so?
Well, you need to go through each of the trials, yes.
Yes.
And, well, you hear Silas. And she's stopping people from going through.
Why?
Because she only hosts it every other week. So, race ends in a couple weeks, don't it?
Mm-hmm.
And like Silas, you will learn that I just don't have room for all the races. So, the race is effectively over.
That's unfortunate for you.
I would say the opposite.
Well, your contract dictated a portion of winnings, right?
Perhaps, yes. But that's not really important. So I've come with a new deal. A new deal that you may choose to join, or you may choose to wait it out. After all, I already have many stakes in the race, and I've acquired more than enough wealth through the travel simply of keeping people here.
I want to mostly try and read Silas and gauge like his reaction to everything she says.
Yeah, so are you trying to make eye contact and like trying to read something from him?
I guess, yeah.
Make an insight check.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You kind of tell from his posture, from comparing it to how he last met with Orion, that he knows he's probably not in danger here, but he is pissed that obviously he did not get to finish whatever story happened, why he's not there with Nat right now. But, you know, it's been almost a month since you've seen him. So, tell he does not want to be here. But he's on his own.
So you've effectively been stopping a majority of the races.
Oh, well, I can't fit everybody in. You have to understand, it's a very exclusive event. First come, first serve, all that. Schedules, it's always...
Fit into what?
Oh, well, the Champion's Pursuit, the event. I was given charge of it since Joe signed the city in.
I thought it would be fun.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
I know. I'm aware.
You've had fun,
all the time.
kind.
So, to make this beneficial for myself, well, I'm afraid there are several options, you know. First, you must, sign up with the City Watch to find a spot for yourselves, but I'm afraid that the last spot was taken during the last week of the race. So, unfortunately, it seems you've gotten here a bit late. There's not much I can do about that. Well, except, oh, that's right, I can. So, that being said, we will have a discussion now about whether or not you wish to finish the race. Is that a yes or a no?
Winning is always good. Just saying.
Some of us weren't even a part of the race and don't understand.
Then please keep quiet.
Victory!
Is dessert on the way?
What would you like, Flesher?
Fish
do you have,
pudding.
like, women bars?
Absolutely.
Like 3.5.
No, those are
Would
mine.
be too much, but like just an immaculate.
Those are mine.
Maybe 3.25.
Those are mine.
Would you like to share them with the jail?
No.
Well,
Excellent.
I don't know that guy.
No.
Flesher just spoke first, he gets them. Break him as he says.
Stealing.
Have you permitted my brother to continue the race?
Oh, your brother signed up quite early, actually. Nikolaus, was it?
Yes.
Yes. He is, was quite punctual, actually. That being said, you do wish to finish the race, or is this a stopping point in your journey?
I only had one reason for starting the race to begin with, and I left her back in Pluto Hole.
I also had a reason for starting this race, and it's not quite done.
Then I'll help you finish it.
You guys have a reason to join?
Yes.
You didn't do it for the victory, the honor,
I did do it for
the
both of those.
thrill.
I did it for all
I've
three of
left
those.
quite a bit of honor behind me already.
Dude, that sucks.
I have to gain more honor, and I have to beat my brother to prove that I'm serious about this.
Oh, I had a brother once. I killed him.
Okay. What?
What about my
Swamp
brothers?
law.
Did I know that?
Joe, have you told that story a lot?
Oh yes, swamp law.
Yeah.
How
Then
far
we
along
do.
are my brothers?
You asking her? How far along are
Are they here?
they? You know, there's so much muddled confusion in such a large family. I couldn't keep track of them.
Did you do something with my brothers?
No, I don't know. I wouldn't touch them.
She's pissed. I think everyone has a stake in the race. Keep going. Victory! I'm invested in you guys at this point. Like, you guys are awesome. You're like this, like, oh, let's go on.
Gwen looks at her and says, if my brothers are at stake, take me out.
Huh? Oh my.
I have an extra brother.
I have plenty of brothers. But I'm talking about my 2 brothers in particular.
Brothers in stake being... I would hurt them?
Yes.
I would never.
So, what exactly would you be doing with us? You don't really do anything for people, but rather for yourself. Have I done that?
I just need something taken care of, and I figured you had a favor that you wanted to get rid of.
Yes.
Correct.
Correct.
Mendovan?
Yes, it's Mendovan, thank you.
Yes, well. I have a favor to ask. And in return, your debt is free. We can call it even. Sound good?
And finishing the race.
Well, I'd move you up to the front spot. There's a spot tomorrow.
What needs to be done?
Well, shall I give you the contract then?
With all the details?
All the details.
I'm reading all the fine print.
It does have a lot of fine print.
I'm reading that fine
Oh, yeah.
print.
Okay. Alright, well, I will send you guys the details.
You've actually written.
These are real details. I'll send them to Lauren and then I'll send them to you, Ethan. And then who else wants the contract? Everybody?
I guess I don't get to
I
see
do.
it, probably.
Huh? You want it?
Yeah.
You can see it. There's a signature for witnesses as well. So
Aw, yeah.
Yeah, I want to see it.
I'll just text it to everybody. And if somebody wants to do me a favor and read it out loud,
You bet I do.
I can.
go for it.
And our accents, because
If you want.
let me read that thing.
Like,
I can read it. I got it pulled up. Am I doing that now?
Yeah, if you want.
Okay.
Go
Unless-
for it.
Okay. Contract of lethal obligation. Like that play on words, by the way. This contract, entered into by the undersigned party members, contractees, and the powerful entity known as Araya, contractor, hereby solidifies the agreement and reinforces a debt owed by the contractees to the contractor. Failure to fulfill the obligations outlined herein shall result in dire consequences and the invocation of an irreversible curse. Clause 1. Targeted elimination. The contractee shall undertake the mission of eliminating the designated shut up, it's hard to read out loud. The designated team to the upcoming tournament, namely is that an I? Sorry. Namely list the names of the targeted team members. This task must be executed discreetly and without attracting undue attention. Oh my god. Clause 2. Switching to my regular voice, I'm sorry.
You're good.
Swift and silent execution. The contractees are bound to carry out the task within the confines of the tournament's rules and regulations, ensuring that the targeted team meets their demise through indirect means or in a manner that cannot be traced back to the contractees. Clause 3. Deadline of obligation. The contractees must complete the assigned task before the conclusion of the final round of the tournament. Failure to do so will be considered a breach of contract.
The pudding is brought to flesh.
Is nobody really, like, I'm going to be the only one eating dessert here? I mean, that's kind
I'm
of
getting dessert too. I'm just
Okay, well,
trying to read.
you
I'll have
can
some
just
ice
say I'm
cream.
fat, okay? You can just say that.
Could I have 3 slices of chocolate cake, please?
That's my chocolate cake.
I
can
ordered
share.
the pudding
Okay.
myself.
No.
I'll be waiting with you.
You can have one of them.
Okay.
Okay. Clause 4. Consequences of failure. Should the contractees fail to fulfill their obligation as outlined above, the consequences shall be severe and everlasting. The curse of eternal shadow shall befall the contractees, forever binding their souls to the dark realms. Their names shall be erased from the annals? Sorry. Thank you. Of history. I cannot read out loud. Shut up.
I don't want to sign this thing.
Their existence forgotten by all, and their potential for greatness forever extinguished. Clause 5. Inescapable bind. This contract is binding, and no actions or circumstances shall absolve the contractees of their obligations. Attempts to evade or defy the terms herein shall only escalate the severity of the curse and prolong their suffering. By signing below, the contractees acknowledge their understanding of the terms and consequences outlined in this contract and willingly accept the grave responsibility placed upon them.
And there's a little spot for your signatures, of course.
Yes, I see
and
that.
the witnesses here.
Thank you. I see
Yes,
that.
and
I'm
just
a
so you know,
witness.
the targets are the Scales of Fate. That is their name. Yes. A group of racers who, well, they don't like paying their debts. They're not good people. And really have this coming to them. But, as you understand, the contract is binding, but so is the previous. This one will absolve that. Completed, and I will not ask for the favor after the race when you return to your homes, your families, the ones you hold dear.
Kind of doomed either way. She's just a jokester. She's not actually gonna hurt anyone.
So if this is between you three, what do the rest of us do?
Well, you, Gwyneth, are a guest. The rest of you are insurance.
You should sign it just for fun, though. Oh, totally, man. Yes.
Well, either way, we owe you a debt.
Yes, I'm just offering to not only let you pay for it now, pay for it with a simple task, killing fools you don't know, and you get to finish the race. Or at least a chance to finish the race.
Could you describe the Scales of Fate?
Yes, they're a group of chromatic dragonborns that have made some risque deals in the past and have not paid their debts. Now, they do not have a contract with me, but with people that I am affiliated with. Simply put, they are nobodies, they are debtors, and they deserve what is coming to them.
They cut corners.
Very much.
What is the team symbol?
Scales, shockingly.
They're so original.
Well, we aren't really, that far away from that either, so.
Yes, the legs are very distracting.
Listen,
At least it's cool.
There's just 4 disembodied legs.
I've been working on a replacement.
We've been trying to replace it.
I like it, guys. Good,
Thank you.
good job.
Thank you, my lord. I told you, she's proper.
Yeah, got it.
Even if she's pissed, she'll do it.
This is not like too important, but she doesn't. Gwen is like not happy with her like describing these people this way because this is like the people she's lived with her entire. Like this is the type of people she's lived with her entire life, so she is not having it. But she's not saying anything. She's
Okay.
being good.
Okay.
I'll sign it.
You sign it?
I'll sign.
Alright.
Woo!
And I also need the witnesses to sign. That's you, Fleshrinder.
Sign and you'll get your dessert.
Can I hand mine to the old man?
Yeah.
You're just
I
desserts.
just signed Faustus's name.
Sure.
He put his reading glasses on.
He only needs one lens.
I
Actually, can I agree with Oh my god.
I don't say anything this time, but I just raise my eyebrows at Araya as the
You may.
It looks like
take
you've
the
already
quill.
signed.
And then on the third line, sign my full name. Quindicimus Lepidus Faustus. Look up at Fleshrinder. And I take it and carry it back to Araya.
And she takes it. Thank you. And he kind of watches it. Vanishes in a puff of fire and smoke. Binding. So, tomorrow, Yes. You should have the majority of the day. The event will be held tonight. The Colosseum. Yes. The Cauldron, really, is what it's called, the official name. Over by the Ethereum Hall. Yes? You're familiar with it? No. All right. Well, Joe, you can show them around tomorrow.
Yes!
Gallivanting in the street.
Tour guide moment.
And
Finally.
Joe has been wishing to join you.
I know all about that life.
So,
Well, it is.
here are the specifics of your job now that you have signed. You are to kill the Scales of Fate. However, know that if you kill them in public, anywhere where someone sees you, or if they just trace back to you, you are disqualified for the race for having violence in the city. Yes?
Does that include me?
Joe. Yes, it includes you.
I'm the mayor.
I know, Joe, and I hope that you disguise yourself during this event. Yes? We talked about it, the mustache.
Oh, I get the mustache.
Yes, you get the mustache.
Oh my. Yes.
All right.
Bestie.
Okay,
Heck
well,
yeah.
Joe will be accompanying you, as will these fine folk. Silas will also be accompanying you, as we do need an extra team for the race challenge. There will be an arena fight. Have you been told of this? Been told of what you're doing? No? Really? Surprised me. How much you want to know before in advance compared to last time, but alright.
Haven't had the time to research. We usually do that the first day and then complete everything in a second.
The Cauldron is a Colosseum, built by Ethereum Hall, the magic's scholarly school. I'm sure your friend Faustus can tell you about it. But they, it's their structure, we are using it, yada yada yada. But the main thing is that only 4 teams can enter at once, and it does take, could take all of the weekend. Could take, you know, the night. Depends how fast, how lively it is. And as you all know, this is a challenge of fighting monstrosities. Your goal is to grab a monstrosity part sometime during the race. Now, here's the thing about the challenge. You will be locked in the Colosseum, and there will be several rounds that you will be placed in. The first round shall be an easy one, and everybody can grab a monster part and you can choose to leave if you wish. That will not be the case. You will not leave the arena until the Scales of Fate are dead, and I will provide a smokescreen of sorts for you to deal with them. Now, it is a dangerous one, a dangerous challenge, of course, but it's only as dangerous as you let it, so if you figure out a way to kill them before the final rounds, well, I suppose you'll have a better chance of living yourselves. Understood? 4 teams enter. Dear Silas has graciously volunteered to be one of those teams, so one of you will have to assume his weekend banner and join him. And the Fourrunners will join one. Joe will be a part of his own team.
Yes.
As well as Tony with Joe. And the final team will be the Scales. Understood?
Yes.
People die in the arena all the time. But you can never die to another race. Else you'll be kicked out, held full charge at the capital. Yes?
Unless they're the mayor.
Joe, if you kill somebody in the arena, they will come for you. I cannot stop that.
What if you're a charming old man?
Tony, the same goes for you.
So we must make sure that they are dead before the round are done.
Yes.
And to make it look as if it was not our own doing.
Yes. An accident would be preferable. Get creative.
Oh, whoops, this person just fell on my knife. So,
Oh no, unseen servant. What? There's a pond in the middle of the arena, guys.
I will not be the only one watching over the race. There will be others. Mithra has offered to watch every other one, so her watchful gaze will be there. Understood?
Clear.
Well, I feel like this is a lot of serious discussion and I am quite tired. So, any questions before I go to bed?
Your Excellency, if I may,
Yes.
what exactly is it that you would like for me to do in regards to this race?
Did I sign your team?
I don't believe you did.
Join Silas. Silas, this is Faustus. So you'll have fun. You just see Silas just. So, understood?
Understood.
Crystal.
What is
Yes,
the part
Your
time
Excellency.
lateness, if any?
Oh, well, they're your friends, right? I would assume you'd try to help them out.
But I don't owe you a favor.
What do you owe to your friends?
Listen, friendship, magical. 10
Keep
out of
talking.
10 would recommend. Talking to you.
I know. I know you are.
See? Magical.
Think about it.
Yes. Okay.
That being said, I'm retiring for the night. It has been such a pleasure. I hope you enjoyed the meal, and if you wish for anything else, please do not hesitate to ask one of the servants.
The server hands me flesh renders, lemon bars, and I like.
Okay.
Oh no.
You guys fight over it on the table? Lemon bars?
What?
Lemon bars.
The server handed me your lemon bars.
Stand up. I'm like,
I
okay.
slid them to.
Yeah.
I grabbed one.
No violence in the dining hall.
Don't
please.
tell me what to do.
Mariah stands
Rabbit.
Rabbit.
Good night, bestie.
Good night, Joe.
I stand up when she leaves and to take a bow.
I look at
She's
flesh
just like,
render.
no.
I wish to have an alliance.
Lady.
I don't like need anything, but it's like a butler walking by.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of
Yeah, there's a
on
lot
my
around
face,
here.
so I just like grab his shirt and just like.
Yeah.
I'm
Sure.
just like something seems like weirdly familiar about Flesh Render.
Yeah.
Like I feel like
I feel like you've
I don't
seen
know.
him before or
Yeah.
something. Like, kind of take a double takes.
Savannah
I have no
is,
idea
like,
who it is.
terrified of flesh
Yeah,
render.
no, I'm gonna like I hear like quivering underneath my cloak.
Yeah.
Well, my sleeve. I'm wearing long sleeves, I guess, because I have the cloak on.
So, that being said, Joe, you are free to show them to the rooms if you wish.
You guys ready? We're gonna have like a sleepover. I mean, you guys get your own rooms. It's gonna be so fun. All right. Except for you. You go to wherever you go. Well, actually, no. You can join us. You seem cool. You have cool ears. It's
Thank you, Your Excellency.
I request a room with Nastani.
all right. You guys can figure it out. All right. So I will take them upstairs.
Okay, sure. You take him upstairs.
I guess
But
I'll-
we stop at the stairwell. I forgot to mention Joe does have a lot of really cool looking hair, but he stops him at the stairwell. He's like, guys, I want to be honest with you all. I'm actually bald. Okay? It's a chronic thing. I have no hair. Okay.
The eyebrow slowly starts to peel off.
Oh no, he's
So-
bald. Most
So,
horrifying event of the
before
night.
you laugh, I'll have you know, it was a tragic accident. I was betrayed, and I got thrown in lava. But I crawled out of my own, just with my own sheer will, and I continued to help, because you know what? Honor, friendship.
what?
During the middle of this whole speech, Zafana's crawling out from my sleeve without my knowledge and eating the hair.
Sure.
Joe doesn't know. All right, to the bedrooms. All right, so I'll also be honest. Honesty's the key here, guys. Okay, one room is significantly worse than the others.
I'll take it.
Okay. Yeah? Bet. All right, one down. All right, the other rooms. We have the pink room. If anyone wants the pink
Oh my god, yes!
pink room, all right, that is awesome. I will have you know, there's some like dandruff in there, so
I'll
like,
take it.
everything is super itchy.
Give it to me.
Bet. All right, there you go. We also have the green room. Who wants the green room?
Man, no take or something.
No. Okay, think on it. Think on it.
So-
Okay.
I guess.
Bet. There are screaming plants. So beware of that. There's also like lightning bugs there. They're so cool. They're from this like crazy jungle down south, and they're in a little box, so you should be fine. But it's like a strobe light consistently, and they never stop. So I had to like tuck them away. These are the rooms I got to decorate. It's awesome. So
see what she means.
so there is that. Let's see. So green room, check. Pink room. Check. You guys are making this so easy. You wanted the gray room. It's basically a closet. There's no light. There's a rug, and it's cold. Probably some spiders in there. You'll be fine. You will be. I love the attitude. All right, we have the gold room. What's the gold room? We have 2 rooms: the gold room and then the eggshell white room.
Go with the gold. We'll go with gold. We'll go with the gold.
All right, congratulations. This one is full of mimics. They're harmless.
You think the worst one, I think.
They're absolutely harmless, but they do have like a gnawing. Like I took out all their teeth. Their teeth. I have like a whole.
Can I switch to the eggshell? Can we switch to the eggshell, please?
Okay, in the eggshell room, everything's floating. A weird spell.
I would take that. I would take
I would
the
take
mimics. Yes.
Don't let him trade Jeff. Don't let him trade
I
Jeff. They picked.
Harmless trade.
I understand harmless mimics is kind of a little bit.
Oria's head in your, Oria's voice in your head. They can't trade. Don't know.
Sorry, guys. Executive order.
Aren't you the mayor?
Yeah. But
I'll be your best friend.
Friendship.
I don't have very many friends.
I
You'd
already
be
have a
my
best friend. You can be my other friend.
If you let us trade, I will take that title with honor.
Oh my god.
It is so tempting.
What if the task is
Does she
said?
have to know? I could play you a beautiful song. I asked Nistani. I have a wonderful voice.
Don't let her convince you, Jeff.
Listen, bestie.
Can I tell what's going on?
Are you guys walking with them or?
Listen.
Yeah.
All the mimics, they just like mind you, none of them are big. Usually
I'll
they're
just
like
take the gold room. It's fine.
Listen. They just like to nibble a little bit, okay? And they don't have any teeth, so it's fine. It's like a little cat. Like,
I'll
If
be
I
in.
kill
I
all of
already
them.
deal with Safana.
I'll
It's
be
fine.
a little bit sad, but I could go get some more. So
By the time we leave, like, will you replenish them
I could.
in the middle of the night, or
Honestly, they do that themselves. They're weird like that. So
I will
you
just-
guys get the gold room, gray room, pink room, sleigh, green room.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So these rooms are like in a hallway.
Yeah, it's in a hallway.
Yep.
Yeah.
So instead of getting a
Except
room,
the
'cause
gray
all-
room. The gray room is.
Instead of getting a room because they all sound terrible. Can I just the pudding? You know we had pudding, right?
Yeah, we have pudding.
Can I just get the box that we had the
You
pudding
asking
in?
for it?
And I'm gonna just sleep in there for the night because I don't want any other
Asking
room.
one of the stores. Sure.
Okay, the box can go in the gray room.
No, I don't want the room. I will sleep in the hallway. I will sleep.
Nope. The cleaners don't like that. I've tried it before. Sorry. Sorry.
Wood.
You gotta
Joe
go
Wood.
room.
Can I roll like a Dexter? I don't know.
Are you running away? What are you trying to do?
I just want to sleep in a box, man.
You can
Oh,
sleep in a
do you know
box.
what? Oh
In-
my gosh, we
in a
could have a
hallway.
sleepover together.
Oh. Strat.
My room's actually kind of cool.
But okay, explain
What's in
your
your
room.
room?
A bed.
So
Can I at
none
least
of
get-
these rooms have beds.
Oh, they do.
What, okay,
They're
what-
just weird. Like your bed has a bunch of like I don't know wolf dandruff on there. Maybe some fleas.
It's fine. It's nothing I don't have already.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. Oh my gosh. And then your guys' room. It's a bed with just little teethless.
Is it a
mimics.
mimic bed?
No, the bed is actually just a bed. It's like actually like Tempur-Pedic. It's great.
Okay, I'll be fine with that. I can work with
I
that.
could sleep on
Zafana
the floor.
already like nibbles every now and then. Have you met Zafana? Where is Zafana?
Fauna's not there.
Zafana!
wig.
I'm gonna command her to come here. She like pops out in her little space, but she's like the hair that she's chewing on.
Oh my gosh. He has a beard.
I don't think that's a beard. Hold on, we're gonna like tug it up. Sorry, this is yours. Hang on.
You know what? I'll use it later.
This is
In my
Zafana,
pocket.
and it's a like a sapphire baby dragon.
It is.
She sees flesh render and kind of turns the other way.
Give him a little pet.
Yes, this is Zafana. She's my companion.
While this is
So
happening, before
cute.
we like go to our respective rooms, can I look at Faustus? Is there a chance that we could see our friends?
Your mounts?
The arrested
No,
ones.
the arrested friends of ours.
Araya arrested some of our friends.
Oh, they'll be fine.
Well,
Okay.
Has Araya given me orders about
I
this?
wouldn't worry.
Not towards them, no.
Okay, I'm going to cast...
Don't do it, bunny ears.
I'm afraid the mayor has spoken.
Why can't we see our friends?
Well, they are in jail.
They're fine.
We can't even check on them.
I could do that.
I
I
don't
have
trust
some
you.
extra like
trust
fish
Trust them
pudding.
more than Araya.
Did you want like fish pudding?
Love
There's
you.
some
I just
extra
wanted to check on my
fish.
friends.
There's some
I
extra
assure
rabbit
you-
legs. We have some extra. Nope, the lemon bars are mine. We have some extra pudding, fish pudding, snail pudding. I don't
Forget
know,
it.
frog pudding.
Forget
Frog
it.
pudding.
I
So
would
good.
really appreciate if you would
I-
make them
Oh, bet.
fish and also frog pudding.
Bet. What are their names?
Chris and Herb
Chris is spelled with a K.
Chris.
with a K.
Herb. Miss.
Chris.
Yes.
And then
Chris.
Herb.
Are you always like this with names?
Yeah.
I
I mean, we have rabbit, chicken, lizard, flesh. I don't know. We have a tiger. I mean,
You
you guys
may
make it
call-
really easy.
You may call me Faustus if you like. I do
Rabbit.
not believe.
And then you're just, I don't know.
I'm Nastani.
Nessie.
Do not.
Aw.
It's even worse than the other one.
I
Please.
grab his shirt, call my best friend by her name.
My name's
I-
Nastani.
Nestiana.
I look at
That's
I
okay.
look at
Close
Gwyneth.
enough.
Don't try it.
It's okay. We're good, man. We're good.
That's my girlfriend you're talking about.
Listen, we're all besties.
Do you have a cup of like that pudding? Just like a cup. It's like a modest, like medium
I have
size.
a mug.
In a box.
What shoes is Rabbit Man wearing?
They're military standard boots.
Okay, so I just like walk up behind. Oh my God! I'm sorry. That got right in your like left foot area.
Oh.
I mean, it's inside your boots. That's disgusting.
Oh my
I mean, I'm
gosh.
so sorry about that. It must be like between your toes. So your dogs are immersed in fish pudding. That's disgusting.
God. Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
That's
Listen,
Yeah.
things happen around here. Mistakes happen, but we learn. We get better. We improve. Don't trip next time.
Except him.
Now you
He's
know.
gonna be sleeping with.
You
It's
should
like
watch where
vicious.
you're standing so you don't get fish pudding down your boot.
Thank you.
Of course, Your Excellency.
Slay. All right.
It's like when you accidentally step in a pond and the pond water gets in your boot. Have you ever had that happen to you?
Never. What are you talking about?
He doesn't laugh.
Puns are so, gosh, they're a menace around here.
This guy's, he's been staring at me the whole time. Like, I look over and he's just like making direct eye. And then he looks at, I don't get it. And he's talking about pond water. I mean, this is a real sicko you brought here. I mean, I don't.
Are you talking to Silas? Silas is like,
I mean, what's his
Tony?
problem?
Tony or Rabbit?
Yeah, and then he's the one that actually told me to put fish. But I didn't want to do it. He was like, it would be
Miss
funny.
Tony, could we
Oh,
go to
I
our
believe
room?
it. Sure.
I did not
Yeah.
say that.
Sounds about right.
I mean, it's.
Well, I'm
Sit.
quite tired. I'm going to go to bed, please.
I
Alright.
as well.
Sitting in my foot.
Besties, you guys have a good night.
I'm
Oh,
going
it
to
sounds
walk
like we
up.
will.
I'm going to walk up to Joe and like, I guess just. Joe speaks Abyssal, right?
No.
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 Interesting.
No, he doesn't.
Okay, I'm just going to walk up to Joe and say in common, should I have some of my people guard these hallways? It seems
No, the door's locked once they close them. They're fine.
understood.
Hmm.
Shall I meet at the dining hall in the morning?
Sure.
Has the Baroness left instructions on what sort of disguise I should use?
Nope.
Understood.
At least you said you're with me, so.
You guys
Wear
are
a
gonna make
poncho.
a great poncho. That's my order. Poncho.
Poncho.
Where did you get your poncho?
It was a gift from a friend who's not
Get
very...
a poncho from a friend.
I believe there's I believe that there's a merchant from Arkzaw down in. one
You
of
have
the
to be
districts of
friends.
Selson.
We don't have ponchos in Oxa.
Find a friend and get a poncho from them.
You're not going to find one from a merchant from Oxa. I can tell you that one right now.
Even if you just like steal, look at, steal like a curtain or something and just like boop. But it has to be from a friend. It's meaningful. It's what like connects you guys.
You don't want him to steal a curtain from your place.
No,
somewhere else.
I'm not his friend. No.
Although she steals things from other people's places.
Well,
I mean,
Well, the advice makes sense then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I-
I did destroy their houses, so I feel like I deserve to take
Respectfully,
something.
I'm not going to invite you to mine, and I don't want you to destroy it.
Fair enough. I don't get many invites places anymore.
Do you
I
only
was
destroy
trying.
rich people's houses?
Yeah.
I
Down
like
with
you.
capitalism, you know.
You should all.
I really like you.
I recommend
You
you
should
all
look at the
sleep.
city you're running.
Yeah.
Thriving.
There's nothing wrong with my city.
I recommend you all get some sleep. Tomorrow
totally.
will be an arduous day.
We'll try.
Oh, you guys will get plenty of sleep. Don't worry.
They're just like.
Silas,
Yep.
I'll see you in the morning. I look forward to
And
it.
I will.
I'll see you in a poncho tomorrow morning
That you will, Your Excellency.
from a friend.
I got an extra
Miss Donnie, we can retire.
We are
when
going to
can-
retire.
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna pick up Sophana and just like she's like still chewing on the hair that she grabbed,
Okay.
and maybe some of the pudding that dropped on the floor.
Yeah. Tony's carrying some. Here you go.
He's
I
just
look at
holding
Icarus.
Sophana.
All right,
Nod
sweet.
to
So,
Icarus, good night.
I'll give your friend snail pudding,
Thank you.
Chris, and herb
Yes.
Thank you.
blurb.
Yeah.
Perfect.
He's a plan.
Frog
That's all he
pudding.
knows how to say. Is blurbs.
so is everybody going to bed?
Guess so.
So,
All right.
as each of you go to bed,
Do I?
experience your own unique fresh hells.
Yeah.
As flesh under, no matter what you can do, it is itchy. No matter what. Even your dandruff, the normal stuff that's usually there, is not as bad as this itchy floor, this itchy carpet, this itchy bed, this itchy wall, the itchy door.
How
And
about the bathtub?
bathtub,
Itchy.
itchy. It's also just covered in this itchy stuff.
Careful.
I know.
But, what's the next room?
Oh, green room.
Green room.
Screaming plants.
Silas.
Silas has a rough night. The screaming. How loud are the screaming plants? Okay. So just gentle.
But some of them sound pretty bad.
Okay.
But they're all doing it simultaneously.
Is
No,
it
it's like
is it
it's
a
like
constant
there's
thing,
like
or
a
is it
bunch of them. It's like
Okay.
and strobe lights.
They start singing.
So, he probably might not have that part of the time then, but maybe he finds sleep. Who knows? What's the next room over though?
The mimic room.
Oh. It's pretty bad. Mastani, as you crawl into the bed, and you, long day, looking up at the ceiling, there's nothing but this massive eye just staring down at you, unblinking. You feel the kind of room almost kind of moving, as you see the bedposts that seem to kind of warp every time you touch it. Kind of push the covers away as you notice that they are kind of like, almost like they feel like skin.
I'm sleeping on the floor. I let Nastani have the bed. So what do I?
As you sleep on the floor.
Ew.
I'm using my cloak as a blanket.
Yeah, you feel it feels coarse, and it kind of feels lumpy, almost like a hard floor, but it kind of almost has like ridges are running through it constantly underneath. This kind of almost lumpiness that seems to shift beneath you constantly. And it smells like kind of morning breath constantly. As everything is still kind of has this constant state of either fleshy, kind of moist feel to it.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
Room
then
without flesh.
the gray room.
Gray room.
Yeah. It's cold.
It's cold. It's damp.
There's a gross carpet.
It's all
Blood
over.
stains.
I've had worse.
It's dark.
Really
Is-
dark.
Is that all there?
Yeah.
And
Because Tony the Tiger.
He's in
Come
his
with you?
box.
Yeah.
slumber party.
Yeah. Slumber
Yeah.
party.
What was it?
Alright.
Pink room?
And
Dandruff.
Yep.
and for
Itchy.
extra measure, can I use invisibility to just completely
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, in my box.
In the box.
Is there a cat in the box or no?
All right, so
I had a
Until Joe
Yeah.
forgets
Is
to
there-
fix up the box.
is there a window, Joe?
gold room.
Yeah, you have a tiny window, no window, window.
How big is the window?
About herb sized.
About
Herb
window
size?
size.
Herb-sized window.
Okay. I want to cast knock on the door.
On which door?
The bedroom door.
You cast knock.
And then oh well, I guess I can't. Can I cast invisibility on myself? We're not in combat, right?
No, you can do it, yeah.
Okay. And cast invisibility on myself.
Then you try to open the door.
Yeah.
You go to grab the door handle, and it slithers away.
And okay. Well.
The door is made out of meat.
Ew.
Yeah.
What? Okay. Well
If
then.
only there was someone there to rend the flesh.
If only.
If only
If
he was
only.
here.
Okay. Well then, that's all. I'll go to bed.
Okay.
After that, if I can't get out, then
Okay.
whatever. Okay.
All right. So with that being said, as everybody tries to go to sleep,
Question: do I know the captain of the guard who is like the garrison on the palace grounds?
yes.
Okay, I'm going to go over there and knock on his door.
Okay. You knock on the door. There's already guards standing outside, and one of them kind of approaches before you get there. Yes.
I gotta stay here tonight. Can't tell you why. Mission from higher up.
Understood. Down the hall to the left. Kind of watches the open door for you. You make your way over to a very kind of barracks-like room.
Thank you.
Understood. And walk back. Now everybody is settled in their rooms. I think. Yeah?
Yeah.
And you begin the long, arduous task for some of trying to get a good night's sleep. And in the morning, what awaits is deadly, dangerous, and probably illegal. But we'll find out what happens next time on the Wayward 7. Thank you guys so much for watching tonight. Thank you guys so much for joining us here. Daniel, Ben, Adrian, Katie, thank you so much for being here. Hopefully we'll have you guys here next time. So we will see you guys next week on the Wayward 7. Ethan, same thing.
Make sure you like the video, subscribe, and
Yeah.
comment something nice
Name our
about
bird.
Ben.
Yeah. Name the bird.
Name the bird.
Name the bird.
Name the bird.
Say
It's-
something nice about Daniel's hair.
My son.
Lauren.
Follow us on social media at The Wayward 7 on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram.
All right.
Certain states.
Oh my God, Adrian.
Follow.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right.
Tony the Tiger coming for you with an H. All right, we'll see you guys next time on the
Next
Wayward
time.
7. Woo!